21. You can't keep a bog burglar under lock and key. The spell that Hiccup had cast on the audience was instantly broken. It was as if they had been sleeping and had suddenly woken up to the reality that they were about to be swept away by the flood. Furthermore, everyone had forgotten about the shark worms. The metal netting that should have protected the audience had been broken by Hiccup. The shark worms were back in the water again, and they were already nearly able to reach the wooden seating. The audience screamed in terror as one of the shark worms leapt upward and was almost among them. It lost its grip on the slippery edge and fell back into the water, but the water was rising so quickly it was clearly only a matter of time before it succeeded in getting up to their level. Suddenly, the afternoon's entertainment of survival of the fittest had taken an interesting twist. The audience, who had laughed so heartily at the tables being turned on, the greedy flashfangs, didn't seem so amused to find that they themselves had become the prey. They stormed towards the entrance, shoving each other out of the way and screaming for the doors to be opened. The pressure of the water on the doors caused them to open anyway. They burst apart and the water poured out and down the hillside. Fishlegs and Kamikaze turned their attention to steering the boat. The flying Hiccup descended and landed beside them on the deck. Toothless appeared from nowhere and perched on Hiccup's shoulder. "I am lost for words," said Kamikaze, and that didn't happen very often. "How did you do it?" Hiccup pointed to his shirt. "Look a little closer," he said. The Vikings craned forward. Hiccup's shirt seemed to have changed colour. Indeed, when they looked closer still, it seemed not to be a shirt at all. It was made up of millions and millions of tiny winged creatures, all practically invisible to the naked eye, and all clinging to Hiccup's clothing underneath. This was what had caused Hiccup to fly. The numberless armies of Zigarastica. The little daddy dragon himself flew out from its position of command on Hiccup's chest to bow to the Vikings. "This terrible, terrible plan," announced Zigarastica joyfully, "has worked beautifully. I, Zigarastica the Mighty, have made it do this. How wonderful I am! How glorious is my empire! How numerous and powerful are my peoples!" "We were lucky too," grinned Hiccup. "I am almost sorry to leave you, oh boy with no muscles at all," said Zigarastica sorrowfully, "but we are quits now. I have saved your life in exchange for you saving mine, and you are still a stinking human after all." "Thanks," said Hiccup. This has been a great day for the little creatures of the world." Zigarastica gave a single command, and the nano-dragons instantly rose in a grey mass like a small thundercloud and disappeared into the sky. As they rose, they sang a song that the Romans would have been wise to listen to, but they were too busy panicking. And the song is called, I love this song, "A Warning to Emperors." "Watch out," goes the song, "O Romans with your empires and your stinking breath. Watch out for the smaller things of this world, for we are going to get you one day. You live your lives up in the skies, building your aqueducts and your colosseums, and you never think of us ticking away in the grasses, but we see you. And if you bend your ear, you just might hear the steady beat of countless feet that come to eat. The wall that curls 100 miles across a continent, that temple built with the tears of millions of slaves, and all your most mighty and splendid creations shall turn to dust in our mouths. So watch out, O Caesars with fat bottoms and hard hearts, watch out. Goodbye, O boys with arms like pieces of string," sang Zigarastica, "and may the wings that blow you be strong." And with that, he was gone. "Why did you let him go?" shrieked Fishlegs. "I hate to mention this, but we're not free yet. We're still stuck in an arena surrounded by shark worms." "The shark worms seem more interested in the audience," said Hiccup. "That's why I got Zigarastica's armies to eat through the metal netting and spend all night chomping through the dam. It was all part of my plan, you see. Now the dam is cracked, we can simply sail out." Hiccup gestured to the open doors of the auditorium. The water was pouring out of them in a great river. "Brilliant," said Kamikaze. "I've got to admit, that's brilliant. For a boy, of course." Hiccup was already at the tiller and he pointed the ship towards the open doors of the stadium. The Valhalla Express nosed its way towards the entrance. "We're gonna make it," yelled Fishlegs. "We're nearly there." The Fishlegs Express was halfway through the door, but Alvin had spotted them trying to escape and given the order to send the portcullis rattling down. It cut the Valhalla Express in two, that portcullis. Fishlegs and Kamikaze and Hiccup were thrown into the water on the wrong side of the bars. The sea was breath-quenchingly cold. "Ah!" shrieked Fishlegs, almost rearing out of the water. He was so terrified of the shark-worms. "Climb the portcullis," ordered Hiccup. The three young Vikings swam to the portcullis and climbed up it, Hiccup towing Fishlegs and with Toothless flapping behind them because Fishlegs can't swim. 2 meters or so up they clung, dripping and terrified, like 4 little spiders. Through the slippery bars they had this tantalising glimpse of the freedom of the open ocean, hopelessly out of reach. All around them were the shrieks of the crowd and clouds of escaping dragons. The 9 dragons had eaten the locks, you see, of those giant cages as well. The Romans were running to their ships and setting sail back to Rome as fast as they could. The shark-worms were taking over the island, climbing over the battlements and destroying the soldiers' tents. 1 or 2 of them had already made their way to the fat consul's swimming pool and were wallowing in the water. "So what do we do now then?" shouted Kamikaze, her teeth chattering. "I give up," Hiccup shouted back, a sudden gust of wind nearly blowing him off the portcullis. His fingers were so frozen he wasn't sure how much longer he could hold on. "This isn't part of my plan. What more do you want of me? It's up to you now. You're the master escaper, aren't you? You're the great Kamikaze. No prison can hold you." "The great Kamikaze will get us out of here," shouted Kamikaze. "If you admit the girls are way better than boys and always have been." "Dream on, sunshine," grinned Hiccup. "Okay," shouted Kamikaze. "The great Kamikaze will get us out of here anyway. You can't keep a bug burglar under lock and key." I love Kamikaze. "Are you sure you want to follow me?" "Lead on," said Hiccup with a slightly mad laugh. "We can't hang around here forever." Kamikaze craned her neck upwards. Some way above them, tethered to the top of the amphitheatre entrance, was one of those enormous Roman observation balloons. "If we can't sail our way out of here," she yelled, "I vote we fly." And she pointed to the balloon. "Oh, brother," moaned Fishlegs miserably as he climbed slowly after the others. "If Woden had meant us to fly, I'm sure he'd have given us wings. Don't look down, Fishlegs, don't look down." Kamikaze climbed expertly upwards and she got to the balloon first, closely followed by Hiccup. They scrambled into the basket. It was empty apart from a rather depressed-looking Ronkel, trapped in a cage right underneath the open mouth of the balloon. Every now and then he shot out a burst of flame that heated the air, and this would send the balloon bouncing up for a moment before it was stopped by the rope that moored it. "Hello, brother of the snake," panted Hiccup in Dragonese. He looked carefully around the basket for any hidden soldiers. "Are you on your own here?" "The soldiers are all watching the Saturday celebration," said the Gonkel. "Actually, it's nice to have some peace and quiet for a change." "Well, I'm so sorry to disturb you," said Hiccup, "but we're taking over this balloon. It's a military emergency." "No problem," said the sad Gonkel. "It will be my pleasure. Nobody's bothered to ask me nicely before. They usually just hit me." "Oh dear," said Hiccup sympathetically. He hated to see his fellow creatures trapped or ill-treated. "Of course we'll let you go as soon as we get home, but at the moment we're in a bit of a hurry." "It's not that I don't like the job," the Gonkel assured him. "It's nice up here, peaceful, you know. When would you like to leave?" "Very soon," said Hiccup. "We're just waiting for a friend." He peered his head back over the edge of the basket. He could see the top of Fishlegs' head making painfully slow progress up the portcullis. Below him, the excitable shark-worms leapt and the crowd stampeded. "Fishlegs, will you get a move on?" "I'm climbing as fast as I can," Fishlegs shouted back up indignantly. "I'm not stopping to admire the view or anything." Better make it quick," advised Toothless into Hiccup's ear. "Toothless sees that's nasty Alvin coming our way." Sure enough, Alvin was running towards them along the top of the battlement. "You try and delay him, Toothless," Hiccup ordered. "Fishlegs, you really need to hurry up." Toothless held Alvin up by attacking his toga. "I should have killed you while I had the chance, you wretched reptile," cast Alvin, lashing out with his hook and trying to catch him, while Fishlegs climbed the last couple of meters. Hiccup helped haul the fish legs into the basket, and Kamikaze cut the rope. Go, go, go! Yelled Kamikaze, and the Gronkle sent a bright breath of flame up into the balloon, and it rose off the battlements into the air. But just as it rose, a golden hook clunked into the bottom of the basket and held fast. We'll have to find out what happens tomorrow. I think that hook